Roads out near Red Rock Canyon are still closed this morning after a helicopter crashed there yesterday.
Yeah, one man is dead, another critically injured. This happened near State Route 159 near Calico Basin. Fox 5's Alexandra De Leon is out at Red Rock with the latest. Alex, this crash happened more than 12 hours ago. The sun isn't up just yet, but any indication if they're close to wrapping up this investigation anytime soon?
No, absolutely not. Quite the contrary. I spoke with Metro officers this morning. They told me that they're still awaiting FAA investigators to travel all the way over here from Los Angeles. Until then, right where I'm standing here on State Route 159, we're here near the Skyline Drive Street, which it's closed all the way from this street all the way up until Moncapie Road. Now, this closure is expected to be here until at least noon. We have not heard whether or not they're going to lift that any sooner. We do now know that the pilot of that helicopter has died. His passenger is still at a nearby hospital with critical injuries. This all happened just after 3:30 yesterday afternoon. The FAA says the helicopter crashed because of unknown circumstances. The helicopter was a Robinson R-44, and we spoke with the local commercial pilot about that model helicopter.
It's a very common aircraft because it is at the lower end of the cost spectrum. It's economical to operate. Its performance follows along those lines. It's not going to be the type of helicopter that we would want to take, say, into the Grand Canyon for flight seeing, that type of thing.
Now, that helicopter was registered to a nearby flight school based out of Henderson. The pilot that was in that helicopter was about 52 years old, from Connecticut. He was an experienced pilot and had been renting helicopters from that school for about 3 years. Now, I do want to make note that if you are going to be driving in this area, taking you back out here, as I mentioned, these roads are still going to be closed until at least noon. You can see, obviously, there's still DOT is out here with their lights on. Metro is obviously still out here. And NHP is also saying that if you need to drive through this area, you can take Blue Dryman all the way to State Route 160. And I also want to mention that if you are going to be camping out in that area by the Calico Basin, we did drive onto the other side earlier this morning. That campground was open, but you should check beforehand if you do have any sort of plans to camp in that area, whether or not that campground is going to be open. But that's the latest from here near Red Rock. I'm going to send it back to you guys, Dave Fabian in the studio.
Great reporting out there. Thank you so much, Alex.